Hello, I'm Alan Esper, and welcome to my video, How to Replace a 525 Allen Bradley VFD. In case you have problems with your VFD and you just have to replace it, you'll have to rewire a new one in, but you need to transfer the parameters. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a relatively easy way by simply using the HMI module. Okay, so to start with, I'll show you an Allen Bradley 525 drive. It's a 1 horsepower version. You can see it's got connections for wiring, connections for power, I/O, got a HMI module. Just so happens that the HMI module on this is removable. So what you want to do is to remove the HMI module. You've got a tab on here that slides up and down. I don't know if you can see it. You push this down and you slide the tab upward about 1/4 of an inch. You can see that this lip comes up. Slide it up. Now you're ready to remove the HMI module. Pull like so. Comes apart. You got a power module here, which we won't need anymore for the rest of our programming, but it does have the power wiring connected to it. You're going to take the HMI module with you, and you're not going to have it wired up. You're going to take it to your laptop. I'll show you where the wiring goes for the I/O. You can remove this little cover here, and you can see the I/O, the Ethernet ports. So put it back on. The port that we're interested in is on the back side of it, and you'll see that there is a little USB, a square style. And to use this port, you're going to need a USB cable with the square end on one end and the normal flat end on the other. You're going to take this cable and you're going to add to the drive. You'll see that there a little light come on, but the HMI module itself doesn't work. You can't use the keypad. However, when you do, excuse me, I'll move this. Popped up right in front of my video here. What happens when you plug it in is you get a removable disk pop up. You go to open that folder, and in this folder you'll see there are 2 files. There's an EXE and a PDF, which is an explanation of all your parameters. You're going to double click on the EXE, and when you do, it's going to open up a little pop-up box. Eventually. Okay, there it is. This is the pop-up box that we're interested in. Now, you'll see there's 3 buttons on it: upload, download, and flash. We're going to be concerned with the download button right now. Previously, I used the upload, but in this case, we're going to download. And we're going to assume that you've been very diligent and you've backed up all of your 5 drives with a PF5 backup file of the parameters. And to do that, you use a separate tool called CCW, which is down here. I can bring it up briefly. This is the tool that you use, and you simply go to your file, uh, open. And I've saved this as a CCW 1379. When you open this file, get all of your nodes. And with each one, you can upload. We'll go back to this later. It takes a little while to open up. And so if we go back to our upload and download, you'll see again that we're still connected. So what we're going to do is we're going to download. We press the download button. See, there's nothing available, so we have to browse. We go to the browse, and what we do is we see that the browse has our file on it somewhere, where we save them to. And that would be in the My Documents. It says Drive Parameters. Libraries, Documents, My Documents, Drives, highlight that. You don't have to expand it. When you do, you get all the files populate down here, and they're saved with an extension .pf5. This particular tool only uses the PF5, so when you're in CCW, you'll need to save them as PF5 files, not the IUUW, which won't work with this tool. So, say we're replacing unit 220010. So we highlight that, and we go to Next. We download the drive parameters. We find the download button, and we connect it to it. Now in the configuration, this may cause some errors during the download. Connected drive is configured for 462 horsepower. What the problem is this is a 1 horsepower drive we're downloading to, and it's just saying, what are you doing? This file has got a 2 horsepower, but for our purposes it doesn't matter. So we're going to click OK and it's download. We'll just assume it's actually a 2 horse when it's a 1 horse. The 1 horse was available to us, so we used it. Okay, you are done. You have just downloaded all the parameters, including the Ethernet IP address. So now when you put this drive back together, you have to do no programming whatsoever, just the wiring. We close out our tool, and we go here, and we look for our connected device, and we eject it. I don't know if that's absolutely mandatory, but then we take our wire off, pull it out, find our power module, we connect it back up, snaps in, and we close our little tab here. As you see, this tab, push it down, we slide it, it's now locked in place. Drive is ready to wire up. Take it over to take the old one off. Before you take the old one off, I recommend photographing all the wiring so you know where all the wires are going from a couple angles so you can see the wire labels, just as a precaution. think that wraps it up for the drive side. I could also show you where I went to in CCW. Now when we go into CCW, we can open that up and we see that it populated with all our units after it finally opened up. We can, when I saved all the PF5s, I did this. I double-clicked on the drive, and I went to Properties of that drive. I went to Import, Export, and I went to Export. And when you go to, this is the style you do not want to save it as if you want to do your file this way, but it gives you the option to save it as a PF5, and you'll see, there's all my PF5s I saved earlier, and you press save. I've already saved it. I don't want to overwrite it, so. That concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this helps you in the future with your troubleshooting and replacing a drive. Thanks, and have a great day.